Thomas Johnson.
All right.
All right, sir, are you Thomas Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Johnson, this is your initial appearance in cause number 24, DCCR 2265. You're charged with a third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from September 8th of 2024.
Yes.
Since you've made bond, have you had an opportunity to try to hire a lawyer?
I have not.
Okay. What do you mean when you say you've had a long morning already?
Oh, my foot. I've had some metal fall on it yesterday, so everywhere I'm going, I'm hobbling around, so it's just hard to...
Hold up. What happens when a high-speed chase, toss drugs, and a busted foot collide inside a courtroom? You're about to find out. This case isn't just wild. It's a full-blown roller coaster with felony charges, courtroom drama, and a judge who doesn't hold back. First up, Thomas Johnson, allegedly hitting 100 miles per hour, ditching drugs, and now limping into court claiming a metal injury. But that's not even the twist. When the judge orders a drug test and the suspect just can't seem to go, red flags start flying. And wait until you hear how this judge handles it. Then, we pivot to Camden Jackson, a 19-year-old caught up in organized criminal activity just days after becoming an adult. With a deferred sentence on the line and jail behavior under the microscope, the stakes couldn't be higher. 2 defendants, 2 radically different reactions, and 1 judge ready to lay down the law. Stay locked in, because this courtroom doesn't play favorites, and the consequences? Very real.
I get around on it right now.
Okay. Give me just a second to check something.
It makes for moving not so pleasant.
Did I test you this morning and have anything in your system?
No.
Let's double check that before we go forward. Have a seat over in the jury box, please. Don't guzzle it to where you make yourself sick. Just drink some water like a normal person and then go use the bathroom. It's not that hard. It doesn't show a state's attorney on that one.
Wait, hold on, I just got it. I just put it in.
The PC on that one?
Hold on.
Did you catch that? Thomas says he's hobbling around because metal fell on his foot yesterday. Sounds like a convenient excuse, especially when he's facing serious charges and a judge who's not buying any games. Now, remember, he's accused of leading law enforcement on a high-speed chase. Injured foot or not, this is not the time to play victim. In court, every word counts, and judges can read between the lines. So when he starts off with this long morning excuse, it already sets a tone. The question is, how much patience will the judge really have for this?
The high-speed chase was crazy. I wonder whose it is. I mean, like 100 miles an hour down 105. They went from here to Hardin County and back and jumped out and ran in the woods and threw out drugs. So, all right, Mr. Johnson, come on up. Mr. Johnson, in cause number 24, DCCR 2265, we've already gone through this, but you're charged with evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle. I have reviewed the pre-sentence report in your case. Based on that report and the fact that there is an allegation, obviously an allegation of a high-speed, very dangerous chase, but in addition to that, there's an allegation that drugs were thrown out of the vehicle during that chase, and that's why I ordered the drug test this morning. It's now 11 o'clock. I ordered this drug test prior to 9 o'clock. You have not been able to go or refusing to go to the restroom. Based on that, I am going to find that I'm going to...
Whoa! Did you catch that detail? Not only did Thomas allegedly hit 100 miles per hour and cross counties, but he also threw out drugs mid-chase. That's not just evading. It's tampering. It's destruction of evidence. It's next-level chaos. And get this, he's in court acting like it's a minor inconvenience. So here's the real question for you watching. If someone refuses a drug test and also ditched narcotics during a police pursuit, should the court assume they're clean or do what this judge does next? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
That you are positive and that it is in the best interest of our community that I raise your bond, which is currently set at... Give me just a second to figure that out.
It was at 10,000.
10,000?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to raise your bond in your case to $30,000. A condition of that bond, if you make it, is that you wear a drug patch at all times. You will have 24 hours from the time you are released, if you make that bond, to have a drug patch put on. Your bondsman can let you know where to do that. You have to change it every 2 weeks. If it tests positive, you would be right back in custody, obviously. If it's not testable, then it's also going to be considered a positive drug screen. You can go back with the bailiff. Not today, not now. All right, Mr. Harris on Camden Jackson.
Yes, Honor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
It's still morning, barely.
Barely. Judge, did you want?
Yes, sir, thank you. And they told you about sending the attachment in?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Malfino. All right, sir, are you Camden Jackson? And Mr. Harris, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor. And apologies for my handwriting because it's horrible.
It's hard on the tablet. You're good. All right, so you're charged in cause number 25 DCCR 0114 with the second-degree felony offense of engaging in organized criminal activity from January 10th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
Right here, this is where the gavel comes down hard. The judge gives him a fair shot. Take the drug test. But 2 hours later, still no bathroom trip. That's not just suspicious. It's strategy. And in court, that silence can speak volumes. The judge makes a big call, assuming guilt based on noncompliance. That's legal, folks. And then she raises his bond from $10,000 to $30,000 and slaps on a drug patch requirement. Think about it. This isn't just about one chase. It's about community safety, accountability, and what happens when the system smells deceit. Camden.
I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Harris?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 7-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, which could include me ordering you to some upfront treatment, or like ISF or something like that. And it looks like that's what the state's going to be requesting. Do you understand? And that decision's up to me when we come back for sentencing. All right, Mr. Jackson, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to recite your case so that the probation department can do a pre-sentence report. That'll give me more information about you, your case, and then we'll come back later for sentencing. Before we go forward, can you look real quick, jail incident reports, and see if there's any on this one?
And Judge, I was, if I may, going to address that between January and the end of February. So obviously we've had quite some time that either they have not gotten to my file or the court's file. There were at least 8 pages full of write-ups. I would ask the court, Mr. Jackson committed this offense 6 days after he turned 19. It's obviously very serious. He was with the co-defendant, Mr. Bushnell, who's already entered a plea involving firearms, etc. I would ask if the court would consider your usual admonishment of, if that behavior continues pending the PSI, that I reserve the right, as does the court, to just reject this offer and possibly send him to prison.
Jackson just turned 19, already facing second-degree felony charges for organized criminal activity. But here's what stands out. He pleads guilty. No games, no denial. Now, is that maturity or just damage control? The deal on the table is 7 years of deferred probation. Sounds like mercy, right? But don't get too comfortable, because the next few minutes show that this isn't about the plea. It's about behavior behind bars, and let's just say things are about to get heated.
Mr. Jackson, you're probably, I don't know if you're in the same dorm as some of the other ones that have been
Yes.
absolutely ridiculous acting up in the jail.
Yes.
So there's somebody, I think it was last week, that came in with a deal like this for a probation, and he didn't get it, and he's sitting back out at that jail. I do not have to accept this plea agreement. I'm going to read every single one of those jail incident reports. The disrespect that y'all are showing to the officers, I can assume what these are going to say, because y'all are all out there. It's the same group that's doing all the same thing, fighting, not following instructions, talking back, calling names. I'm going to read all of that. And let me tell you, if you have one between right now and your sentencing, I will not accept this plea agreement. I'm sick of it. The jail's sick of it, and I'm going to do whatever.
And here's where the courtroom flips. The judge is done playing games. She makes it crystal clear. Probation is a privilege, not a right. Jackson might be looking at a sweet deal now, but one slip up in jail, it's gone.
Why?
Because this isn't just about a single crime. It's about respect, about attitude, about proving you're ready to rejoin society. The hypocrisy? These defendants want leniency in court while acting out behind bars. The judge? Not having it.
Whatever I can to make that place a better place for those people to go work who are out there just trying to do their job. Do you understand? One, we're not going to come in and say it was somebody else's fault. I only got one, or I got three, and that's not that bad. You can go out there and tell them, I want to get out and be on probation. I don't care what you guys want to do. I'm going to behave. If you have to sit on your bunk all day long and be quiet for the next 5 weeks, then that's what you do. Right? 5 weeks, rest of your life. What do you think? Show me you can do it, okay? All right, and go back with the bailiff.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the last one was May 17th. So,
Thank you, Ms. Flores.
so it hasn't stopped.
It will stop before you
Well,
this report back.
we'll see.
I'm threatening.
We'll see. I hope so. I hope they're having an easier time out of the jail.
That's what I'm thinking. I wonder what's up.
What's that?
Let's pause here. This isn't just about Camden Jackson anymore. It's about a trend the judge is calling out. Young defendants acting wild behind bars, expecting the courtroom to clean up the mess. The emotional weight here is real. This judge isn't just handing down rulings. She's making a statement. To the defendants, to the jail, and to the community. If you were in her shoes, would you still offer probation? Or would you throw the book at them? Tell us what you'd do in the comments.
What is? Yep.
2 defendants, 1 courtroom, and a judge who's not pulling punches. Thomas Johnson tried to limp his way through a high-speed drug chase fallout, only to see his bond triple. Camden Jackson pled guilty and hoped for leniency, but learned fast that courtroom mercy requires real reform, not just lip service. What we saw today wasn't just law, it was justice in real time. If this breakdown gave you new insight or made you shout at your screen, hit that like button, share your thoughts below, and smash that subscribe button for more courtroom drama and real legal analysis, where we don't just watch justice, we break it down.